how have like your spend allocation based on placements been? Have you kept like doing manual placements for most of your campaigns that's outside of ASC or
So we're like all ASC right now.
okay.
And we're not doing the manual placements anymore. We stopped doing manual placements probably about 2 weeks ago because it seemed like the increased efficiency that we did have from it kind of went away. So yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Brad, what are you seeing?
A lot of similar things. In several accounts, I'm kind of just like I have a general philosophy around trying to keep things in its own silo where it makes sense. Where what I mean by that is like the campaign is defined by an angle or a product or something specific. Less aggressive on the angle, but if I almost never allow or do like our team, I'm like, do not put a product that is wildly different in the same campaign. Like just don't do it for a number of different reasons. Uh, that changed in the last probably 7 to 14 days. And I kind of have like an order of operations priority on that now of like, if we don't have enough spend to get out of learning for every single product that's being launched on its own, then just put them together as long as the margins are close enough where your target ROAS is close enough, right? Because like if you need a two on something to break even and a three on something to break even, like that's going to get weird really fast. And I don't think it's going to optimize great around that, especially on lowest cost. But kind of prioritizing consolidation, I guess, is the TLDR. But like, yeah, order operations are on that. So one account was doing horrible probably 2 weeks ago. Had a killer April. May started out awesome. Right around the time that we all talked about how we're splitting things out and put like ASC just jumped off a cliff. Instagram was horrible as a placement and way overspent. I just turned everything off and rebuilt all the top stuff into top advantage or into one ASC campaign. And that's been doing better, substantially better, probably 2 times better. Still not where I want it to be, but 2 times better is 2 times better. So I'll take it. And that's been pretty consistent across a lot of accounts. Last thing, the accounts that are winning the biggest right now had like a substantial revelation on offer. Like that was the only thing that changed. Like creative is exactly the same, landing pages are exactly the same. Offer makes more sense now for the product.
Yeah.
And I have like two very obvious examples of that I can share if that'd be helpful.
Yeah, please do. And this is just like through offer testing, or you're running an offer for Father's Day or something.
So one of each.
Okay.
One first one I think I talked about several times now. Food company. It's protein bars. It's protein bars. They have a variety pack. Variety pack was doing fun. They didn't have a variety pack. We encouraged them to do a variety pack. So they literally just nice thing about working with Nimble Brands, they just like packed together a variety pack in a crappy box that they had laying around, and they just literally put 6 bars in a box and send it. And that works. And then that was doing okay, better than buying a box of 12 that you don't know if you're gonna like that single flavor. So that was doing better. And then we added a 40% off, but no like minimum on order quantity. So like if people were only buying one, it was $15 plus they had to pay shipping. They got like you need like a $6 CAC to break even, which like sounds absurd. And I was like, I don't even want to run this. It's not even close. My BD buyer was like, let's just see what happens. I said, okay. We had a $6 CAC for the first 3 days. And then what we found is most people just buy two anyways. So AOV ends up being the price of two. Take off the discount. People are still paying $7 in shipping for that comfortably. And that is just destroying right now. And I think there's a lot of reasons why I think like a sample box makes sense. People don't want to buy a bunch of bars they're not sure if they're going to like, but the offer, like 40% off is obviously very aggressive, but I think 40% off in this context makes sense because it's kind of like reducing the risk to just try. Like they're just trying to get it into people's hands. So it's still first order profitable, but like they don't have to be. Like the LTV lift on the sample box is disgusting. Like in 30 days, people are coming back and spending an absurd amount of money and buying two full size boxes, which is like 50, $60. So that's been really interesting. Second one, this will be a lot easier and faster. We have an apparel brand they do a lot of collaborations around I guess IP, think like Star Wars. And they just sell what you could probably classify as like what looks like print on demand t-shirts. Like they're not crazy nice. I mean, they're nice enough, but they have a lot of value in the IP, which so generally they sell really well. But they do a buy one get one a couple times a year, 4 or 5 days, and it just destroys. Like it's just insane how much it works. They do the same thing with socks a few times a year. Buy one get one, and then because it's apparel and they do their own manufacturing, margins are fantastic. They can be break even at like a 1.4 with the free shirt. Um, so we went from spending 400
Love
bucks a day
that.
when it started to like it's spending 6 grand today. And it'll probably go up for the next day until it ends tomorrow. So like, yeah,
Do you keep
offers.
that offer running then? Is the buy one get one like consistent, or did it come quite often?
They do. I think they maybe like once a quarter is probably the most frequent that they'd be comfortable doing it. But they're pretty good about getting in a cadence of they're really good at like old school marketing calendars, which I love about that brand. Is like they're good about doing something every 4 to 6 weeks, and it
Hmm.
doesn't feel super salesy. It's always on different categories, like I said, socks or totes or tees or
Cool.
bookmarks or something silly. But it almost all of them work. That one just works extremely well.